Is Qantas business class still good to fly today? How does it compare to other airlines, especially the Western airlines, which are in the middle range of the airlines industry? These are the questions I want to address in this video, which I'm going to do a flight tour for today's 14 hours business class flight from Melbourne, Australia to San Francisco in Qantas' new Boeing 787-9. And you can help to shorten the flight duration with just a like button. It's going to help me make more videos like this one in the future. First thing first, the lounge. Just so you can get the biggest bang to the buck to your hard-earned points. Now get this, many Qantas' lounges are actually managed by a third-party company. In this case, they are managed by a large hotel group, Accor, the hotel group behind big names like Fairmont, Sofitel, and the Raffles. So don't be surprised to find out why the customer service was particularly good the day you came to visit the lounge. Well, to be frank, they better be good. Qantas entrusts their lounges to the hospitality professionals here. So that's the backstory. Let's have a quick tour of the lounge. Space is plentiful in this lounge, but one thing that I wish could be changed is the location. There is just no natural light or the view of the airport apron. As for the food, nothing to write home about, but it was adequate and has a somewhat alright variety. There are shower rooms to use if you need to as well. Qantas got their first Boeing 787-9 just 3 to 4 or so years ago, and it is the new backbone of their long-haul fleet, taking over the responsibility used to be of the A330s. Alright, so I'm not gonna be like other travel vloggers who would say the cabin is a 1-to-1 configuration, because I'm sure this is pretty self-explanatory, but I do want to mention that the business class section of the plane is split into two sections, the larger one and, get this, the smaller one. Who knew? So if I were given the option, I would usually go for the smaller cabin for a quieter experience. Seats are staggered, so make sure you pick the one closer to the window if you are traveling alone, as they are further away from the alley, giving you just so slightly more privacy. The seats have plenty of space to place your belongings. That's pretty much the standard in a 1-to-1 business class seats nowadays, unless you are flying the herringbone seats as seen in Air New Zealand or Virgin Atlantic, then your mileage may vary, or in this case, your mileage will vary, so let's just put it out there. So before going through some of the questions I mentioned at the beginning of this video, let's check out their amenity kit, dining options, and a sleeping experience, which is gonna be super subjective, but anyhow, Qantas is possibly the airline that has the most number of designs of their amenity kits. As of now, there are over 10 designs which you can collect them all. Well, not all, as new designs will keep on adding to the collection from time to time. All the amenity kits are designed locally in Australia. You can read up about the story of each design. I'll put a link in the description box below. Now food, the third most important thing to me in a business class flight, behind seats and sleep. Selections are geared towards Western options, which is fine, and they taste decent to be honest, but I wouldn't say they're memorable, compared with other big name carriers like Singapore Airlines or ANA. Qantas is still within the typical open air quote Western carrier level, which itself isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's just not gonna be good enough to compete with some of the big names out there. Next, sleeping time. Light flatbed, expected, but my favorite part is the blanket. This is one of the best blankets I have experienced from business or first class flights in a long time. This is possibly the best part of this flight. It kept my body at just the right temperature throughout my sleep, and that makes me a very happy man when I woke up. Now let's address the questions I had for you earlier. I do want to say I'm somewhat impressed by this flight. My seat was great, food was fine, and sleeping quality was adequate. Having flown several top airlines from Asia, the Middle East, Europe, and North America, I think Qantas is among the top 20%. Qantas is not at the same level as the big 3 Middle Eastern carriers like Emirates or Qatar, major Asian carriers like Singapore or ANA, but I do think Qantas is among the better Western carriers, with only the new business class seats from Delta and British Airways can top. If anything, I think Qantas is at the similar level as Swiss and Air Canada. And when it comes to Oceanic region, yeah, definitely better than Air New Zealand. The seats alone is enough said. Also, I can't in good conscience list Lufthansa as better or near the level as Qantas. Not throwing shade here, but those business class seats need to go. Their new ones look promising, but still years away. Bottom line, I find Qantas business class quite decent. After flying their business class in both the domestic flight with Airbus A330 and the international flight with Boeing 787-9, I get a general sense of how Qantas's flights are like, so it's safe to say that their business class is consistently decent. Oh, and by the way, you can also go check out that domestic flight video, link in the description box. And make sure to like and subscribe to this channel for more flights and hotel videos coming up soon. As always, bye for now.